In 80 days, adventurer and award-winning filmmaker Paul G. Roberts retraces the global footsteps of Phileas Fogg, hero of Jules Verne's most famous work.
This is a new section for the Bombay to Calcutta journey part. Now in 80 days, Around the World in 80 Days by the father of modern science fiction, Jules Verne, the romantic story of Aouda almost makes the novel less about adventure and travel and more about love. A rich, beautiful princess who is forced to marry an old Raja after her father's death is one of the oldest tales in the book. The Raja kicks the bucket. Aouda, his wife, is expected to calmly lay down with his corpse on his funeral pyre. And we can guess how excited she'd be about that prospect. So, to make her compliant, she's doped up with a pile of opium, and to make sure she's smacked out opium, and willing to oblige in self-sacrifice. From Around the World in 80 Days, upon reaching Bombay, modern-day Mumbai, Fogg and Passepartout share a train compartment with Sir Francis Cromarty, who's also taking the train to Calcutta. The train stops outside Rothal, and the passengers are forced to disembark because the railway isn't finished. Fogg offers to pay £1,000 to hire an elephant to transport them through the jungle. Sir Francis begs Fogg not to make the deal, but Fogg, being Fogg, eventually offers $2,000 and is accepted. Fogg pays a Parsi guide to take them and the elephant through the jungle. In the middle of the jungle, Fogg decides to stop and rescue a woman who's being forced to commit suti. And Fogg reaches Allahabad and intends to take the train from there to Benares and then on to Calcutta. And Fogg reaches Calcutta on October the 25th, precisely as he had planned. And when the rescued woman awakens, he offers to take her to her relatives in Hong Kong. And this is the story about the Indian rail journey from overland across India, from the west in Mumbai, which used to be called Mumbai, to Calcutta, which used to be called Kolkata. And now Phileas Fogg, the protagonist of Jules Verne's Around the World in 80 Days, he embarked on a journey across India as part of his quest to circumnavigate the globe. And Fogg's journey through India was filled with adventure, danger, unexpected twists and turns as he navigated the country's varied landscapes, cultures and people. Fogg and his loyal manservant Passepartout, they arrived in Mumbai, which is then called Bombay, by ship from Suez. And Fogg's first encounter there with India was one of chaos and confusion, as the bustling city overwhelms him with its sights, sounds and smells. Despite the chaos, however, Fogg remains focused on his mission at hand and wastes no time in securing passage on a train to Calcutta. Now, the train journey takes Fogg, Passepartout, and also myself through some of the most fascinating regions of India, from the rugged terrain of the Western Ghats to the lush green fields of the Andhra Pradesh. And along the way, Fogg encounters a variety of people, from wealthy merchants to very poor farmers, each with their own unique stories and struggles. And it was in this time that Fogg actually meets his final love interest. And it's one of the most memorable encounters of the entire journey in India, with a young woman who he rescues called Ayuda. And she's rescued from a ritualistic sacrifice in a small village. Ayuda becomes Fogg's companion on the journey and is a symbol of India's repressed and marginalised people. So there was a little social sub-theme that Jules Verne had woven into his story, which kind of makes it even richer. You know, it said great stories and epic tales and film dramas, it's always good to have some sort of a love interest in there. And it also highlights the social injustices of the colonial India age, the Raj. So Fogg's journey through India is not without its challenges. He and his companions face numerous obstacles, including bandits, storms, and a derailment. In his journey, he even takes an elephant as part of his transportation for a section of his trip to Calcutta. Now, I won't be taking an elephant, not intentionally, but unwavering commitment to his thing, Fogg sticks to his guns and gets to his destination with his friends in tow intact. And perhaps the most significant symbolic aspect that happens through the India is his encounter with the elephant carrying the idol of the god Vishnu. Fogg and his companions are forced to wait for the elephant to pass. And as they do, they witness the devotion and reverence that the Indian people have towards their gods, like this guy, Ganesh, that you can see in the background, which I purchased in my recent trip to India.
Kiro,
Yes, Master.
the elephant is yours.
Master, you really mean that I can keep him?
For your devoted service.
But he's worth a fortune.
Indeed. Feed him well.
Farewell, Master.
Farewell.
The moment serves as a reminder of the deep spiritual and cultural traditions of India, which are often overlooked in the rush of modern industrialisation and colonialism. In fact, my personal take on India, it is remarkable on many levels. One, it's a country of great promise. With nearly over 1 billion souls living there, it's destined to take the place of China as the most populous country in the world. Its booming economies, but the incredible poverty. It's still mired in poverty that you would not believe until you see it. But the mysticism and the strength, the spirituality that ties the people together is the one common thread. That kind of like the Buddhists say, that don't get attached to material things because their life is impermanent. And it's kind of what makes India so special. That the spirituality and the spiritual connection that is prevalent through all of the different regions is unlike anywhere else that I've seen.
स्कूल पढ़ते समय में भी हमने इस तरह सारे रिलीजियस में टिल था और उसके बाद में जब हम एग्ज़ाम ख़त्म कर दिया तो हम गुरु जी के पास चला गया.
So Fogg finally arrives in Calcutta on some days of his journey. He's one day late, but within the time frame for the circumnavigation of the globe. And his journey, like mine, it left firsthand a deep impression through the beauty, complexity, and contradictions of this vast and diverse country. Now, catching a train from Mumbai to Calcutta is an unforgettable experience. And it takes you on a journey through some of India's most vibrant and diverse regions. And the train journey is a very popular mode of travel for locals and tourists alike. And it offers a unique opportunity to witness the beauty and complexity of India's landscapes, cultures, and people. Now, the journey from Mumbai to Calcutta covers an approximate distance of 2,000 kilometres, and it takes 26 hours to complete. There are several trains that run on this route, including the Howrah Duronto Express, the Gitanjali Express, the Mumbai Mail, and others. And each train has its own unique features and amenities, but they all offer a unique and comfortable, convenient way to travel between these two major cities. And there are all sorts of classes of tickets that you can buy. So Now the journey begins at Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus, one of India's most iconic railway stations. The station, known as CST, is a unique UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it was featured in the movie Slumdog Billionaire, all those memorable scenes in the beginning and the finale where they end up doing the Indian dance routine. And it dates back, it's a Victorian Gothic building that dates back to the late 19th century. The station's bustling atmosphere is a reflection of Mumbai itself. The city is known for its energy, diversity, and now entrepreneurial spirit.
Latika! Latika!
And as the train leaves the CST, it passes through the city's bustling suburbs and industrial areas before reaching the countryside. And the journey takes you through several states, including the Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and West Bengal, each with its own unique landscapes and cultures. But the first part takes you through the Western Ghats, a mountain range that runs parallel to India's western coast. And the Ghats are known for their stunning scenery, including lush forests, waterfalls and steep cliffs. And as the train winds its way through the mountains, passengers can admire the views from their windows or step out onto the platform in between stops to take in the fresh air and the scenery. And as the train descends from the mountains, it enters the Deccan Plateau, a vast region known for its arid landscapes and ancient ruins. The plateau is home to several important historic sites, including the Ajanta and Ellora caves, which are also UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And the train passes through several cities and towns on the plateau, including Pune, Solapur, and Gulbarga, each with its own unique history and culture. It's said in India that every 100 miles in India you encounter a uniquely different kind of people, each with their own mystical beliefs, their own language or dialect, their own foods, even their own forms of dance and celebration. And that's what makes India such a unique tapestry with all these different aspects of humanity woven together, all connected by spirituality. And as the train passes across the Andhra Pradesh, the landscape changes again, with lush green fields and palm trees replacing the arid terrain of the plateau. Now, the Andhra Pradesh is known for its rich cultural heritage, including the famous Kuchipudi dance and the cuisine of Hyderabad, the state's capital city. And the final leg of the rail journey takes passengers through West Bengal, one of India's most populous states and the home to the city of Calcutta. The train passes through several cities and towns in West Bengal, including Karanpur, the site of India's first IIT, Institute of Technology, and Howrah, the final destination for the train. Now, as the train finally approaches Howrah, passengers can see the more iconic Howrah Bridge, a symbol of the city's industrial heritage, which is spanning the mighty Hooghly River. And the train pulls into Howrah Station, one of India's busiest stations, where passengers debark and begin their journey into the city. I can say firsthand that catching the train from Mumbai to Calcutta is much, much more than a transportation journey. It's an adventure, and it takes you through some of India's most fascinating regions and offers a unique cultural perspective on all of mysterious and magnetic India. So in conclusion, for me, just like Phileas Fogg, his journey from Mumbai, Calcutta, was a testament to the power of travel to broaden one's horizons, challenge one's assumptions, and inspire the imagination. Both myself, just like Fogg, my encounter with the India's landscapes, cultures, and peoples serves as a reminder to the richness and diversity and embracing new experiences and perspectives in our lives. It's what life is all about.